Hello everyone, did you ever wonder how a PC works? How does all these complex components work together in order to run all those games and heavy softwares? In this video we will cover all the basic stuff you want to know just by curiosity or even if you want to build your own one.
First off, let's see what's inside the beast. We have the motherboard, the CPU, the GPU, the RAM, power supply and storage. Of course, there are a lot more components than that, but we will cover the rest in another video. First of all, we have the CPU, one of the most expensive parts of a computer. The central processing unit deals with the exchange of data between the computer's components. This part is usually heating more than the other ones, so extra components are required, such as the CPU cooler. The GPU, or graphical processing unit, deals with what we call the graphical performance. If you want to play games on your computer, you should better have a good one.
I will explain to you guys afterwards how to connect all these cables to each other and how the motherboard can be the link between each one of them.
The RAM, on the other hand, deals with the short-term data. For instance, if you usually leave 3,000 internet tabs open for games and Netflix at the same time, you should definitely have a nice RAM to run everything. The power supply is simply where you plug your PC. It is the supplier in energy for all the components. As you can see on the image, you might think, how can I know which wire goes to which component? Well, basically each end has a specific shape. Some has 4 pins, some has more than 4 pins, and depending on that, you know where to plug these cables, right? The storage is really simple. It is where your Windows is running, where all your data is stored, and if you have softwares and games, it's where everything is stored, right? There are 2 main types of storages. Hard drives, the slowest since it works on a spinning disk inside, and the SSD, which is the quickest. How can we connect it? Well, we have 2 cables. One data cable that is connected to the motherboard and another wire which is simply connected to the power supply.
In this last part, I will explain to you guys where these previous parts should be plugged in. There are component slots and power slots on the motherboard. For instance, the GPU should be plugged in right there with this tiny part that we see on the screen. However, the power supply slot for this part is on the component. The RAM slots are right there. As you can see, we can plug in several RAMs at the same time. The CPU slots is easily recognizable. It has a dedicated power supply on the motherboard as well, which is called ATX 12 volts, and it offers additional power to the CPU. The main power slots for the motherboard are right there. It is easy to notice them since they have a 20-pin shape and it's a really long structure. The storage, as I said before, is connected to the power supply with a cable and to the motherboard as well. We have to plug the data cable right there. And as you can see, we can plug several storages as once. On the left hand side, we have all the USB, jack, HDMI slots as well. Well, this is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and learned some basic stuff about computers. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.